This doesn't feel good. It seems like Alpha doesn't trust the guide at all. The arche from the guide felt familiar. That makes me think she's on our side. Oh, what if Alpha can't link to the guide because of arche? He doesn't use his arche abilities much these days. Who knows? Let's focus on the operation for now. I'll go scout every nook and cranny in Kingston. And I'll look for that annoying enemy commander as well. I'll leave the Vulgus siege to you. They're starting to spread out like they own the place. Alright, catch you later. Don't push yourself too hard.
There once was a time that Kingston, known as King Square, was full of human vitality. During that time, countless people gathered to sing songs. Songs about the beauty of this world and the torment of existence. The joy of birth, the sadness of passing. Now the songs can no longer be heard, and only the faint wails of those who have passed echo throughout this place. The resting places of great heroes are buried under the remains, and the glory they earned has been trampled under the vile feet of the invaders. Perhaps the brilliance of the past.
The invading Vulcan forces are establishing positions. We need to clear out the building before they really dig in. Up enemy transmission signals. Be careful. Descendant, I've been informed that the Vulgus transmission system has a very limited range. This means there must be an enemy command center somewhere in Kingston.
Take this!
Wait!
Commence load.
We're receiving sightings of a powerful Vulgus unit. If we defeat him, the rest will retreat. Great job, Descendant.
Descendant, Alpha has authorized access to the Ancestors facility.
If you can call that authorization.
It's not your concern. We've exchanged some harsh words, but I will handle it. I decided to go ahead. I had no choice. I respect Alpha's prudence, but I do not want to waste what might be our only opportunity to work with the guide. If our results at the Ancestors facility are positive, Alpha will change his mind. Which is why I leave it in your capable hands, Descendant.
bet they weren't expecting us to use the fuses like that.
Descendant, powerful reinforcements have arrived.
It's okay if I don't remind you what to do again, yeah?
I've learned a useful tactic today. Thank you, Captain Harris. From now on, any Vulgus field generators we find will be handled using this method.
This is the Ancestors facility. I hope we can find something we can use to restore the system. But the Vulgus commander has already ordered his troops to extract the data. Are we too late?
The Ancestors' data should not be underestimated. Not only does it have immense capacity, it's also quantum encrypted. Even the Magisters who worked here doing research have said that full data extraction is impossible.
Magisters? Do you mean the technologists who were once allied with the Vulgus?
More importantly, the enemy is after the Ancestors' data as well. Can anyone think why?
Nothing comes to mind. My only guess is that this place is somehow connected to the Army. I'll know once I have the data.
Here you go. Loaded. Running. Loading.
Descendant. Unfortunately, none of the Ancestors' data remains in this terminal. I will check the other terminals, but it seems the Vulgus were successful with their extraction.
That can't be right. If it were possible to fully extract the data, then the Magisters would have already done it.
Until recently, it would have been impossible for the Vulgus as well. However, if they have someone on their side who is very familiar with the Ironheart, and it will have been achievable. Lifetime algorithms from the Ironheart to military applications, electronic warfare capabilities can be greatly improved. I recommend we investigate the other terminals.
Reload.
Did you come here looking for me? Or did you come to witness the superior technology? Invading Vulgus forces.
Commence loading. Commence loading.
This terminal also does not contain the Ancestors' data. However, Descendant, I sense the transmission of the Ancestors' data is happening close by, but it's not likely where the enemy command center is located. As the enemy see a weapons network, transmitting data over a long distance would have been impossible. This means we still have an opportunity to retrieve the Ancestors' data.